goal is to ensure that the judicial system, specifically Kim Ogg, the prosecutor's office, conduct an independent and robust investigation to ensure that all the evidence necessary to present to the grand jury that we believe will result in a serious criminal indictment against this officer is gathered, is available, and that this family has every opportunity at justice. As we learned, as was mentioned before, that the sister, Ms. Turner, suffered from paranoid schizophrenia, and that was known by the Baytown Police Department. We know that certain protocols come into place, certain procedures should have taken place. We just learned that in Danny Ray Thomas, that man who suffered from a mental health disease, that episode when he was shot and killed by a Houston police officer. You don't approach someone that you know to be suffering from a mental health condition the same way that you approach the average citizen. We don't believe that this encounter, the initial encounter, was justified or necessary on misdemeanor, alleged misdemeanor warrants. If it was necessary to bring Ms. Turner in to address those misdemeanor warrants, then there were certain policies and procedures that the Baytown Police Department and this officer who was yet to be identified should have followed. He didn't. Instead, he lost control of the situation involving a 44-year-old grandmother suffering from a mental health condition that resulted in the loss of her life. There is no set of facts that I can imagine that would provide a justification for the use of force in the situation, or for even the approaching it in the first place. This was an unconstitutional stop that resulted in an unconstitutional use of force, and this, we as a community, we're going to demand justice.
Baytown lieutenant says that the reason that he ended up pulling his firearm and was forced to do so is because she got a hold of his taser and tased him.
Right. So you use words like force. He was not forced to do anything. He initiated the encounter. And so when he violated departmental procedures, when initiated the encounter, and then lost control of the situation involving the ailing grandmother, he brought any sort of the hostility of the situation onto himself. However, if the facts play out that she did in fact get a hold of his taser, which he had already deployed, the video evidence that we've all seen shows that he had stepped away. He moves outside of the line of camera. He's no longer in danger. She can't redeploy a weapon that he's already deployed. We don't hear that shot deployed because it releases an audible sound. We don't hear that sound of her shooting at him. Instead, we hear 5 shots of him shooting at her. So even if that fact scenario plays out and that's actually what happened, the use of force there is still unjustifiable. He had options at that point. When he stepped back and pulled his gun, he had the option of giving verbal commands. We didn't hear any of those. He had the option of calling for backup and saying, I allowed a situation to get out of control, which I should have never been in. He didn't use any of those options. He resorted immediately to the use of deadly force against a 44-year-old grandmother he knew to be suffering from a mental health condition. That is unacceptable and it's unconstitutional.
What should happen to the officer?
The officer should have already been fired, and the officer should be seriously criminally prosecuted. And that's what we're going to be demanding on behalf of the family, what we're going to be demanding as a community.
Do you feel there was a racial element at play?
There is always a racial element at play when we talk about the use of force in this country involving police officers because of the sheer statistics. Even if he didn't have race in his mind at the time that he pulled the trigger against Ms. Turner, we know that African Americans are so much more likely to suffer excessive force at the hands of law enforcement, and that those numbers aren't just happenstance, but that African American communities are over-policed, and that we allow for the use of force in some of the most egregious situations.
Do you think it would have gotten the kind of attention it's gotten had it not been captured by a citizen?
No, unfortunately, when body cam footage is the only footage available, those tapes are often obscured or withheld from the public. And so the importance of citizens not only capturing the footage, but I believe the citizens have a duty to intervene, to allow law enforcement to know that they're being recorded, and to take steps to, unfortunately, protect citizens against law enforcement officers.